Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, November 3rd slate of NBA action. We only have 2 games on the slate, and I'll be completely honest, they're not great games. But I did find one play that I love. I'm putting 2 units on it, so hopefully it does end up working out, and I will track it as a 2-unit play as well. But I'm super excited to dive into it. But before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say we are still currently on the road to 8,000 subscribers. You guys have been showing a lot of support here recently. We're less than 250 subscribers away from that 8,000 mark. And once we do end up hitting that, we will be doing a pretty big giveaway, obviously. So make sure that you guys are subbed to the channel. Make sure that you guys do like the video. And make sure you guys do turn on post notifications so you guys know whenever I do post. But next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So much more than you guys will ever know. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday. Not necessarily the greatest day. We ended up going 2-2 on our plays. We ended up losing just a little bit of juice. Nothing too crazy, though. So, we did end up having our kill shot play of the day. Horford under 18.5 PRAs. He gets his first double-double of the season. He shoots 10 field goal attempts, I believe. That was at the beginning of the fourth, so he may have shot more at that point, which was a season high by 3. So that's pretty big, and he got his season high in rebounds. It was absolutely tough. Definitely something that you can't really predict. 11. He had 11 field goal attempts. I just looked it up. Ended up with 12 points, 12 rebounds, and an assist. So it was definitely a tough spot. Al Horford was able to get it done, unfortunately. Then we had the Hornets, plus 5.5. Gordon Hayward ends up getting injured pretty early in this game. And with that being said, he gets injured, and then the Hornets pretty much played their reserves for most of the rest of the like late third into the fourth quarter. So it was just, they ended up losing by like almost 20. So definitely a pretty tough one, I guess. It was pretty good, though. I mean, my Bulls ended up getting a win. So at the end of the day, it's kind of a loss, kind of a win. So I'll take it. But the Bulls they did end up winning by like 20. Then we had Cade Cunningham, under 22.5 points versus Milwaukee. He finishes just barely in double digits, finishes with 10 points. So never really a doubt in this one. I knew as soon as Drew Holiday was back once again, I knew that this was just going to be a lock. So that one ended up working out. Then we had the Jazz and the Mavericks, under 221 points at minus 110. This one ended up working pretty easily too. There's absolutely no real sweat for this one. I think the total was 203 at the end of the game. Both these offenses kind of struggled. Both these offenses played at a very slow pace. The Mavericks actually played from behind for a little bit during this game, so it was definitely just a tough spot here overall for both teams, and it ended up working out here for us. So, without any further ado, though, let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. Like I said, we only have 2. Only two plays because there are only 2 games, so there's going to be 1 play from each game that I do really like. Hopefully, we can go ahead and find 2 winners. So for our King's Kill Shot play of the day, like I said, we're taking 2 units on it. 2 whole units. We're going with, for our first one, Wendell Carter Jr. over 25.5 points plus rebounds at minus 115. If you guys know, Wendell Carter Jr. is an OG on the channel. He won us so much money last year. The amount of times that I took his points, the amount of times I took his rebounds, he was hammering it. He was hitting it every single time that I took it. Hopefully we can get right back on track with that once again for our first 2-unit play of the night. So if you take a look at it, Wendell Carter Jr.'s points plus rebound log is 42, 24, 20, 20, 28, 27, 22, and 22. So he has finished right around this mark for quite some time, but realistically this line should be a little bit lower. The books are telling us that Wendell Carter Jr. is due for a pretty big night and that it is a pretty good matchup. He has only covered in 3 games so far this year, which is why I like this bet even more. I think he's due for another really big game. He's coming off of a 42 point plus rebound game, and I think we do see him close to that 30 mark once again. He has also covered in all 3 games versus the Warriors with splits of 27, 26, and 35. So even though the first 2 were a little bit close, he has had a 35 one in there as well. And it's a really good spot because the Warriors, they allow the most points per game to opposing centers and the 7th most rebounds per game to opposing centers. So with all that being said, I think it's a really good spot. The Warriors, they aren't necessarily the greatest at defending the center position, and I don't really think that changes. Also for the Magic, they're still going to have Gary Harris, Terrence Ross, and Cole Anthony all listed as out as of currently. So with that being said, a lot of those shots are going to have to go to a guy like Wendell Carter Jr., and I think he definitely can get it done here for us. I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up scoring 20. Truly, I don't. Also, Golden State, they actually allow the second most points per game to opposing teams, so they have been they have not been a great defensive team overall. They've given up a lot of points here, and I think a lot of those can go to a guy like Wendell Carter Jr. Golden State also plays at the fastest pace in the entire NBA, definitely going to speed up this Magic team, and I think that with all this young talent on the Orlando Magic, I think they're perfectly fine with running up and down the floor. Also, Golden State, they allow the 7th most rebounds per game to opposing teams in general. They're one of the main teams that you want to target if you are taking rebound props, and I think this is a great spot here for Wendell Carter Jr. So we're locking it in for our King's Kill Shot play of the day. Wendell Carter Jr. over 25.5 points plus rebounds at -115 odds. Now for our second and final play of the day, we are going to be taking Aaron Gordon over 6.5 rebounds here versus OKC at -115 odds. Now, I don't mind if you want to take Aaron Gordon's points. I think that's a pretty good look. Even his PRA line, I think both of those are very solid options. He does play pretty well versus OKC in general, but I specifically went with the rebounds. I think it's a much better spot. He has hit double-digit rebounds 3 times this year, and he's finished on the hook twice. So he has been very, very good to this line when it comes to the rebounding mark just in general. OKC, they allow the 13th most rebounds per game to opposing power forwards. And I think Aaron Gordon is going to be able to grab us 7 for sure. Gordon has hit the over in 2 straight matchups here versus OKC. And this OKC team, one thing that they're known for is playing fast. They are the 7th fastest pace in the entire NBA. And with that being said, I mean, I know that the Denver Nuggets are a much better team just overall, but I don't really think it's going to be a blowout. If you take a look at the spread, it's only a 6-point spread. The books do not expect OKC to get blown out, and truthfully, neither do I. OKC's been playing really solid. We took their spread last game, and I just think that Aaron Gordon's going to be able to get it done here for us. So that is going to be our second and final play of the day. Aaron Gordon over 6.5 rebounds here versus OKC at -115 odds. Now, I'm not going to be playing any other plays just because I do want to manage my bankroll. I want to make sure that we are putting out plays that we're truly confident in. If I do end up adding any plays, I will be putting them in the pinned comment section and on my Twitter. Make sure that you guys do go follow me on there. Make sure that you guys do check out the pinned comment section. But I just don't really think that these are really great games just in general. They're kind of gross, and I don't really want to be forcing a lot of money in there. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 8,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.